and I'm not full of shit just like Mike Johnson is, and I'm actually going to follow through with actions instead of lie to people on television and in press conferences and out on the campaign trail.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says she does not lie on TV and press conferences and out on the campaign trail. Well, maybe not all at once. You know, sometimes these videos just write and produce themselves.
This is a war on Christianity. The Ukrainian government is attacking Christians. The Ukrainian government is executing priests.
Moscow Marjorie is focused now on this Ukraine issue and getting her talking points from the Kremlin.
Russia is not doing that. They're not attacking Christianity. As a matter of fact, they seem to be protecting it.
We know that she is getting her talking points from Russia, and we know that they're false.
The Georgia Republican soon posted on social media, "God is sending America strong signs to tell us to repent. Earthquakes and eclipses and many more things to come. I pray that our country listens." Keith Olbermann then answered many prayers by writing to Greene, "Moron, the EQ was sent 10 miles from Trump's crap shack in Jersey. If you were right, which you aren't, and if you were smart, which you aren't, you'd see the warning to repent is for those who are slaves to traitor Trump. Watch out for lightning, Margie."
And David Cameron needs to worry about his own country, and frankly, he can kiss my ass.
But do you think Putin's the good guy in all this?
That was Marjorie Taylor Greene's response to criticism from British Foreign Secretary David Cameron. Hours earlier, Cameron wrote in the Hill newspaper, "Pass Ukraine funding for the sake of global security." Quote, "I do not want us to show the weakness displayed against Hitler in the 1930s. He came back for more, costing us far more lives to stop his aggression." Sky News correspondent James Matthews followed up.
Secretary David Cameron says that you should vote through funding for Ukraine. What do you say to that?
I think he tried to compare us to Hitler also. And if that's the kind of language he wants to use, I really have nothing to say to him.
Well, he likened you to an appeaser to Hitler in not voting through funding for Ukraine. Are you an appeaser for Putin?
I think that I really don't care what David Cameron has to say. I think that's rude name-calling, and I don't appreciate that type of language.
I just want to say to Nancy Pelosi, she's a hypocrite, she's an anti-American, and we're going to kick that bitch out of Congress.
Now we have Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police spying on members of Congress.
It's Gestapo, not gazpacho.
There's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take this global cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles out.
It's cabal, not cable.
I do not support your socialist policies. If you want to be a big girl, you need to get rid of your diaper and come out and be able to talk to the American citizens instead of us having to use a flap, a little flap.
Are you an appeaser for Putin?
I think that I really don't care what David Cameron has to say. I think that's rude name-calling.
Okay, well, let's go back to Marjorie Taylor Greene's insistence that unlike Speaker Johnson, she, Greene, is not full of shit. Greene is arguably and famously full of shit. This is the woman who espoused QAnon conspiracy theories, suggested the 9/11 attack on the Pentagon was fake, wrote on Facebook that space lasers owned by a Jewish family had started the California wildfires. Oh, and then there was January the 6th.
Your personal opinion and your wish was that Congress not certify Joe Biden as the winner of the 2020 election.
No, that's not accurate.
Not accurate.
Can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully like Joe Biden wants.
And speaking of the Bidens, Greene has infamously been focused on Hunter Biden's privates.
And it's marked
Mr.
out.
Chairman,
These
point of
are
parliamentary
marked
inquiry.
out, showing
Point of
proof
parliamentary inquiry, Mr.
proof
Chairman.
of Mann
Okay.
Act violations.
At the House Oversight Committee, it was the latest evidence that nobody is more obsessed with Hunter Biden's penis than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Democrats should not be
okay.
offended by pictures
Mr.
that
Chairman,
black out.
Have I been
things.
recognized?
They should be
Objection. I have
offended
a
by
point of
actual
parliamentary
human
inquiry.
trafficking.
The pictures were from Hunter Biden's stolen laptop, and this was the second time Greene has put the photos front and center.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Chairman. On July 26th, I sent you a letter about the last time this happened.
Other has also spewed out of Marjorie Taylor Greene, and it is of the white nationalist variety.
The representative from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
That is white nationalist Nick Fuentes. In 2022, he welcomed Congresswoman Greene to his America First podium, and she spoke about Fuentes as a kindred spirit.
You know what it's like to be canceled. And that's why I'm here to talk to you tonight. I don't believe anyone should be canceled. I don't believe in separating people and identities. I don't believe in separating people in classes. But that's what the Democrats believe in, because that's what Marxism is.
Greene's old alliance with Fuentes is coming back to haunt her, in part because Fuentes is now even more extreme than ever.
There is an occult element.
He recently declared on his podcast that all non-Christians in America should be executed.
So many of the people that are perpetrating the lies and the destruction on the country, they are evildoers. They are people that worship false gods. They are people that practice magic or rituals or whatever. And more than anything, those people need to be, when we take power, they need to be given the death penalty. Straight up.
You know who else describes herself as a Christian nationalist? Okay, I hear you. You're screaming, Marjorie Taylor Greene, no shit! Indeed.
We need to be the party of nationalism, and I'm a Christian, and I say it proudly. We should be Christian nationalists.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Christian. Add that to her list. And it's a list that future historians will examine as part of a debate over which member of Congress from this era was the most full of shit. I believe the debate will not be close. But to be fair, Marjorie Taylor Greene, on occasion, is a truth teller, usually thanks to her own stumbles.
Absolutely. President Trump should be expunged. President Trump should be expunged.
President Trump should be expunged.
Indeed, as that old saying goes, even a blind squirrel on occasion finds an acorn. In other words, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not full of shit all the time. What an accomplishment. By the way, the new head of the Republican National Committee, Trump daughter-in-law Lara Trump, has been caught pushing election fraud lies through robocalls.
I'm sure you agree with co-chair Trump that we cannot allow the chaos and questions of the 2020 election to ever happen again. We all know the problems. No photo IDs, unsecure ballot drop boxes, mass mailing of ballots, and voter rolls chock full of deceased people and non-citizens are just a few examples of the massive fraud that took place.
This is voter suppression. It is Republicans suppressing their own votes. We saw it in Georgia with Trump's unsuccessful race there in 2020. And then we saw it with the Senate races when Donald Trump was out there saying, your vote doesn't matter. It's been taken away from you. Everything that Lara Trump just said there, it's cost Republicans. Mitch McConnell and Republican leadership sure know this.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Dapper Dean, who wrote, I hope the RNC gets sued for their blatant lies and extreme gerrymandering. I'm with you. I'd be satisfied if the RNC simply got rid of some of their lunatics. Anyway, I look forward to reading your comments, but Marjorie Taylor Greene claiming that she is not full of shit. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.